Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. It's Judith. It's a 1 hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. Welcome. As you know, in this class, we use a yoga mat. If you don't have one of those available today, if you're new, I don't know if we have new people today or not, but you could substitute it with a folded blanket or beach towel if you don't happen to have that available today. We also like to have the use of a strap. This can be substituted with a skinny scarf, a belt, a dog leash, bathrobe tie. Easy to substitute for that. I have cushioning, which somehow I did not bring over here. I have a rolled up towel, which I'm making into a fake bolster. I fixed it with rubber bands. Oh, what happened to the screen? What happened to my screen? Bear with me. Here we go. Apologies on that. Oh, so sorry. Got too many things to touch, here and there. So this is my fake bolster. It's a towel fixed with rubber bands. And then here's a padded sticky mat, but you could use a couple of pillows from the small pillows, not bed pillows, from either the sofa or your bed. I have a set of hand weights here. These are 1 pounders. I would recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds. And those are optional. Those just, if you want to add weights to challenge yourself more, that's why we have them listed. And then a couple of blocks would be nice too. If you don't have blocks, you could substitute a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight. These are just nice for assists. I have short arms, so they're sort of like arm extenders for me. And last but not least is the chair. Definitely no wheels, preferably no arms. You can use the chair to help secure yourself for your balance. You need help with balance. If you have a wall, you can use that for balance. If you have a big piece of furniture, if you can press weight on it, it doesn't move, that would be good as well. So you have several choices. So, and if whatever is being offered does not work for your body, you can modify. I modify on this side for my shoulder issue, or you could do another posture that you enjoy, or you could skip it altogether. So you are in charge. You know how it feels in your body. So I'm happy to answer questions at the end. So here we go. So let's just start with the feet and the legs together, like you're gluing the insides of the legs together. You can slightly bend the knees softly and then just tiny circles with the knees. So here we're starting off with a little tiny balance challenge as well. So as you circle with the knees, notice how the feet and the ankles adjust as you move the weight, as you shift the weight in that circle. Just noticing how that's working. And then you're going to corkscrew back to center, and then you're going to circle the knees together the opposite way. So you just take some focus of attention here, making sure you don't fall over. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, coming back to center. Now the feet come about hip distance apart. And now let's go ahead and circle some hips. You woke up the feet and the legs there for just a bit. Inhale forward, squeezing navel to spine as you round in the back, squeezing. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Corkscrewing back to center, circling in the opposite direction. Noticing any differences, any changes in this direction, if any, maybe, maybe not. Breathing, exhaling as you squeeze and you round in the back. We'll do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center, moving up to shoulders, forward, up, back, and down, opening the chest, counteracting computer slump, trying to offset all of those slumping forwards. Driving a car, the car seats are not geared to good posture. They sort of envelop you. You can slump over shopping carts in the grocery store. So lots of slumping. So we're going to try to correct that. Being aware of your posture. Let's do 4 more in this direction. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, nice. And then shaking everything out. The feet can come nice and wide now. Let's just shift the weight side to side as you swing the arms like empty coat sleeves. Here again, you're shifting side to side. You're looking over the shoulder as you twist. Now you're going to take either the heel of the hand or a soft fist, and you're going to tap below the collarbone, waking up the lung point. This is a lung point in Chinese medicine, reflexology, twisting and turning for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep twisting and turning. Now you're going to tap yourself on the shoulder. That's the back point of the lung. You're still looking over the shoulder. You're giving the spine a nice squeeze. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly unwind it. Don't just abruptly stop. That's a good way to get dizzy, abruptly stopping. And then coming back to center. Now you're going to just tilt the torso to the right, your right. You're going to face that right straight leg. The hands are going to go down the inside and the outside of that right leg as you bow to the right leg. And then you just draw those hands right back up the leg. So you're going forward over the right and then coming back up. Nice and easy. Sustaining the movement nice and slow. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. This time we'll stay down on this last one. Now you can grab whatever you can grab, the shin or the ankle. You're pressing the chest close to the top of your right thigh for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. The right arm goes straight up to sky. If that's too much, the hand could rest on sacrum. And pausing here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top straight arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. Very slowly, drawing the hands up the leg, just like we came down. Returning to neutrals, facing forward. Maybe giving the body a little shake to recollect. And now we're going to go turning to the left, your left. The hands go down the inside and the outside of your left leg. Inhaling and exhaling as you rise up. And you press forward over that left leg at an angle. Noticing how this side might feel different than the other. Maybe it doesn't. And let's just do 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2. Next time we're going to stay down on 1. You're going to grab what you can grab, shin or ankle. You're pressing the chest close to the top of your left thigh for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here. That top left arm either goes straight up or it could go to sacrum. You can choose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top straight arm circling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down, coming back to center very slowly. The legs are fairly wide here. Let's just shake the head yes, as long as we're in a forward fold here. Shake the head no. Maybe add some horse lips and Mr. Ed. Breathing steadily, Wilbur. And then coming back to center. Hands can rest on thighs as you rise up slowly. Don't rush it. You don't want to get dizzy. And then roll the shoulders, open the chest. Very nice. Now the torso is going to stay forward. The right hand is going to slide down the outside of the right leg. Left fist goes into left armpit. Come back to center. Now imagine the body is between two panes of glass. So right fist into right armpit, left hand goes down the outside of the left leg. So it's though you're not torquing off left or right. It's like you're being squeezed between two panes of glass, gently, of course, side to side. Next time you go down the right side, stay there, and then the left arm comes up. So this is a modified triangle pose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down slowly, coming back to center with the torso. And now the left arm slides down the outside of the left leg, and the right arm floats up. Standing triangle pose here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center very slowly. Let's do one more time each side. The arms up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down slowly, sliding to the left. Top right arm. Stretching fingers to sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center. So nice and slow. Give it a shake to recollect. And now we're going to take the fingertips pointing towards each other. Maybe the legs can be a little bit narrower. You're going to twist to the right, come back to center, twist left. Moving side to side, seeing if you can keep the lower part of the body still as you twist side to side. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center in front of the chest. Now the hands come back close to the chest. The palms still face outward. You're going to shift the arms to the right and look to the left with the head and the neck. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. And now the arms shift to the left and the neck look to the right. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. And now we'll do a figure 8 movement with the arms. You can get the hips involved here too. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center slowly. Shake everything out. Make sure you have clearance in the back. You don't want to hit your hands or your arms during this next one. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it back. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake everything out. Very nice work, guys. Okay, I'm going to move the chair off to one side for now. I'm going to grab a block. Now, you may not need to use the block for this. That's option 1. Or you can have the block tall there. Or if you need support for your hands, bring the chair, face the chair seat, and your hands can rest on the chair seat. So many options for this. So we're going to take the legs wide, and the knees will track over toes. So the torso stays upright as you inhale, bend the knees, exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Right forearm can rest on right thigh. The left hand can rest on the mat, maybe the block, maybe the chair seat, maybe nothing. So you're going to pump now into the right hip. The left leg is straight. The left heel digs into the mat. The toes point to the sky. And you're getting a big stretch for that left adductor muscle, which gets overlooked many times. Meanwhile, you're still pumping to the right. Little pumps for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gliding through center. Now the left forearm can rest on the left thigh. The right hand can rest on mat, block, chair, seat, or nothing. You're pumping into the left hip now, generating synovial fluid. That's the WD-40 for the body. And your right leg is straight. Right heel digs into mat, toes point to sky. Right adductor muscle getting a nice stretch. Little pumps to the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. I'm taking the block with me. I'm going to do a few big presses. Inhale, squat. Exhale, straighten the legs as you bow to the mat. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Keep the legs wide, the wide leg forward fold. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Maybe some Mr. Ed. And then bringing all that to stillness, let's heel toe the feet together or step the feet together until they're directly under your hips, toes pointing forward. The hands can rest at the ankles and you're dragging them up the shins, a series of flat back lifts. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then hands slide up to thighs. Let's slowly stack the bones, stack the bones, stack the bones. Roll the shoulders. Oh. Shake everything out. I'm moving the block away. I'm going to grab the chair, but I'm going to face the back of the chair. And so let's go ahead and take the feet into first position. So the heels come together, the toes point out 30 to 45 degrees. You're facing that chair back for support. We're going to lift up on the tippy toes and then drop the heels back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Lifting and pressing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay lifted on 1. Now, we're going to do more plies here. Inhale, bend the knees. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Heels are still lifted. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs. Heels are still lifted. Find a drishti point in front of you, a spot that doesn't move. It could be on the wall, the floor. And then maybe one arm wants to rise up as you balance. Maybe the second arm wants to float up and rise up as you balance. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down, heels float down, shake everything out. Ooh, I felt that in the calves. Let's stretch out our calves. Feet directly under hips, toes point forward, right foot is forward, left foot is back. Make sure that back left foot is completely flat, and you're going to tilt the torso forward, and we're going to pause here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back upright. Left foot comes forward, right foot goes back. That back foot is flat. Don't let it go, lift up. And then you're going to stretch the torso forward, tilt it forward for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back upright. Right foot meets the left. Let's shake everything out. It's very nice. Let's go ahead. Flip the chair around. Let's go ahead and grab the edge of the chair seat. I won't mirror you for this. Shift the weight to your right leg. Left bent knee comes into nose. Inhale, bend. Donkey kicks as you push it back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg floating. Point the toe. Now the left leg floats. The right leg arm goes forward for bird dog for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down. Let's take the toe down in the back. Touch and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now the left leg comes out to the side. Plant the foot flat. Just shift to the left, back to center, right, left, and right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Left foot comes in. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Don't let the head dangle. Shift the weight to the left leg now. Right bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Point that toe and then take it out to the side. The right leg to the side as you lurch side to side. You're using the chair seat for support. So you're getting that rocking motion side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Right leg floats back up. Touch it down. Touch and lift. Touch and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Right foot meets the left. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Nice work, you guys. Whew. Let's come up slowly. Roll the chest, open the chest. And then from here, feet are directly under the hips. Let's just bounce the heels here. You could lift the heels only a half an inch, a quarter of an inch. We're working on bone density. We're working on moving blood and lymph throughout the body, throughout the system. Lymph does not have a pumping mechanism. So here again, we're in charge of synovial fluid and lymph. Boy, a lot of work there. So while we're busy bouncing the heels, you can move the body in any way that feels good. A little meditation and motion. Let's do 4. Whee! 3, 2, 1. And then slowly, slowly bringing that down to stillness very gently. Nice. Here you might want to have your chair available for balance or not. You may wish to use a strap for this, you may not need to use it. So for now, shifting weight into your right leg, left straight leg, left foot flexed, swinging it forward for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's slowly bring it down. I'm going to grab a weight. Weights are optional. If you don't have one, don't worry. So now, again, weight in your right leg. Let's float this left leg up. Little pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it here. And now you've got either the weight or no weight, palm facing the ceiling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down, dangle the lower leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. I felt it on that side. Oof. Let's do the other side. So now the weight will be in your left leg. The right leg is straight, the right foot stays flexed. Only needs to go to waist high, if that, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly bring it down. Gently shake out both sides. Weight goes in your left leg. Right leg floats up. Weight or no weight. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Weight comes up. Palm faces the ceiling. Little pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly dangle the lower leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. I sit down. Ooh, I felt it. Shake it out. Nice, nice, nice. Now, let's from here. If you're new in class and you have anxiety about getting onto the floor or the mat, here's how you would use a chair to get up and down off the floor. And this is also good information if you should just happen to fall anywhere. If you can get yourself over to some sort of surface like a chair seat, a coffee table, something to pry yourself up. So to get down on the mat using the chair, grab the outer rim of the chair seat, shift the weight into one leg, and then you're going to float the other knee down, and then the other leg follows. So now you're on the earth. To get back up, grab either the rim of the chair seat, maybe the whole seat itself. You're going to assist one leg forward, and these back toes are tucked. Most of the weight will go in the arms. So it's inhale, big breath, exhale, press the bum up, 1 foot under the chair seat, 2nd foot under the chair seat, and then slowly rise up using the back of the chair for support. So that's the basic tutorial for how to get down into the mat and back up again. If you're going down without that assist, you can put your blocks, if you're using them, at the short end of the mat. And then from here, big swan dive, inhale up, exhale forward fold, inhale up, exhale folding, 2 more, lifting and bowing, lifting, and now you're going to stay down with fingertips either on mat or low blocks. The feet will stay flat, and you're going to micro bend the knees left and right. Here you can let the head hang. It's like a 15-pound bowling ball, stretching the spine, creating space for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming to stillness, stepping back into downward facing dog if that's available. And then you're going to bicycle pedal heels, wag your fluffy dog tail, press the chest close to the tops of the thighs for 4, 3, 2, 1, nice. Knees can float down to the mat. Now it could be thighs in parallel, or it could be big toes together, knees wide apart. And you're going to press into child pose. So this is where I take my little bolster, my fake bolster, place it behind my knees, press the hips back towards the heels, stretching out the tops of the thighs, the tops of the feet. Forehead can rest on the mat, and the arms can either go forward on the mat, maybe they want to go by the legs by the mat. And then once you're in your best version of child, just think about melting into the earth, letting Mother Earth support you. Let's work on 3-part Durga breath here. Inhale, lower back, middle back, upper back, noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. Inhale, lower, middle, upper back, noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. 2 more like this on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Only coming halfway out of child now. You're going to take the top of the right foot and nestle it into the arch of the left foot. Then you're going to press back, smushing your bottom left foot, returning to child pose. The hands go on the earth to the left, and your right hip presses away to the right, 45 degrees on the diagonal. So you have created a ginormous stretch on the right side of the body. This could be a static press, or it could be micro movements, little wiggles, for 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center slowly, coming halfway out of child pose, flipping the feet. The top of the left foot nestles into arch of the right foot, pressing back, the hips toward the heels. The hands and the arms go in the earth to the right. The left hip pushes away left, 45 degrees on the diagonal. Big stretch on the left side of the body. Either a static press or maybe little micro movements. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Coming all the way up out of your child's pose, unwinding the feet. Maybe you want to pad your knees a little bit extra here or not. Just a suggestion, because the knees get very grumpy as we get older. So it's always good to send love to your knees. Let's go ahead and just take the hands to the upper corners of the short end of your mat and start circling hips here. Whee! Oof. Reminding the hips to stay lubricated, open, hydrated. Let's go ahead and swing the hips the other direction, circling, noticing any differences or changes in this direction. Nice. And then coming to stillness. Let's come into modified plank here. So I'm on the knees, head and crown of head lines up with tailbone. If you want to do a full plank, feel free. So we're strengthening the upper back here, the upper body, and the arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back out of it, nice and slow. Let's come out of it and maybe just give some wrist recovery here. I need it. There we go. Let's come to sitting now. And here you might want to fold a blanket or a towel to elevate the hips, but maybe you don't want to do that either. Just be sure you're sitting tall. You might want to pull flesh away from the sits bones. That helps secure the sits bones more into your whatever you're sitting on. I'm going to take blocks and prop my thighs so that I'm not gripping in the hip crease, trying to hold the legs up. And so from here, let's just go ahead and start circling the rib cage one more time. Getting down on the earth here and inhaling forward, exhaling as you round to the back. 2 more in this direction. Whee! And then coming back and circling the other direction, noticing any changes in this direction or not. A few more circles. Nice. And then coming back to center. Let's go ahead and extend the legs out front. If you need support and you have blocks, you could slide them underneath the knees and then you have support there or not. Otherwise, it's just plain old legs here. And then the arms come up. You're going to do a big water wheel over those sides of the legs. Exhale as you go forward. Hands drag along the edge as you come up. Inhale forward. Exhale. Stretch it over. Oh. So this is hello hamstrings time. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. This time we stay over. Exhale. Inhale. Grab whatever you can grab, whether it's thighs, shins, ankles, feet. Maybe you want to keep the back flat and rock side to side. Try not to let the head dangle here. Breathing. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Loading it back up nice and slow. Let's take the right leg out to the side. Bend the left knee. Prop the bent knee if it feels like it needs propping. You may not need it. And then we're going to start with the torso facing forward, and that right foot will stay flexed throughout. Hands in front of the chest, prayer position. You're going to take your left hand, inhale, and then exhale as you reach for your big toe and you look over your right shoulder. Inhale back, exhale, stretch and twist. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now you're going to stay over. See how close you can get your chest to the top of the right thigh. The right foot is flexed. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. And then you're going to stay in this fold. The right hand and arm is going to wrap around behind you. And so that can either rest on the sacrum, the back, or that right hand can rest in the opposite hip crease. You're looking over the right shoulder. Think about stretching forward with your chest. Think about touching the crown of your head to your big toe. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Unwind the back arm. Slowly rise up with the torso, but don't pop it up. Nice and slow. You're going to bend that right leg, and now the left leg extends off to the side. Then you're going to bend the right knee. I'm going to pad the backs of my knee here because I don't want to get hurt. And I'm propping with a block my right bent leg. So now the torso is forward. The hands meet in front of the chest in prayer. The left foot will stay flexed throughout. Right arm comes back. Inhale. Exhale, stretching towards the big toe as you look over your left shoulder. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, stretch it forward. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to stay over here as you try to get the chest close to the top of your left thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here. The left arm wraps around the back body, either to rest on the sacrum or maybe the opposite hip crease. You're looking over the left shoulder to the wall behind. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind the back arm slowly. Slowly rise up. Now both legs go out to the side. You might want to make fists and push yourself forward a bit if that feels appropriate. The feet are still going to stay flexed. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale going forward. And then the hands will land somewhere. Now this is going to be an isometric pull. So the palms press flat into your mat. You're going to pull the mat. It's like you're trying to isometrically pull the mat towards you. And the chest is moving forward. So now you've got a two-way stretch going on there. And then imagine there's a strap, an invisible strap around your hips. That's pulling you to the wall behind. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. I'm going to do little rocks here for another count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Very nice. Let's walk the hands back nice and slow. Let's go ahead and take the legs together. Shake them out. Oh. And still sitting tall. The legs aren't quite in parallel. The feet are still flexed. Let's externally rotate the feet. Internally rotate. So you're moving the entire leg bone into the pelvic girdle. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake out the legs. Now I'm going to move all the props away. Let's everybody come with the lower legs to the left, your left. The back knee tucks into the front arch. We're just going to take the left hand on the left hip. Exhale. Drop it back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Very nice. And then bringing that to stillness, let's come all the way down so that the bottom hip is your left hip. You're going to stack those legs. You're going to stay on your forearm. And these legs come down just a little bit. And now imagine the soles of the feet are glued together. Imagine also you've got a glass wall behind you, so you're not going to collapse backward when you lift that top leg. So it's exhale, it's inhale, exhale, clamshells. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to neutral. And then we're going to come on all the way down. All the way down. Top right leg. Let's readjust the legs. So now that they're right angles, the shins are parallel to that long end of your mat. So the legs form a right angle. We're going to inhale, top leg floats. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rebend. With your hand or a strap, grab the shin, the ankle, or the top of the foot as you draw that leg back behind you. The hips are still stacked. That top foot presses into the hand presses into the top foot for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We stack that top leg. We float the top leg. Extend it perpendicular. Now we're going to swing that whole leg. Swinging it up and down, up and down. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Restep. All you have to do is roll onto your back and then roll onto your other side so that the lower leg is and the hip is the right one. You're up on your right forearm. I'm not mirroring you. The legs are stacked, the hips are stacked, but the legs are going to come down just a bit. We're going to do clamshell. So imagine the feet are glued together, the soles of the feet, and you're not going to drop back once you lift that top leg. That invisible wall is still there. Exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Reclose. Arm comes all the way down. You need a block on the side. So you're all the way down. And now you've got your legs in a right angle. The shins parallel the long end of the mat. Lift the top left leg. Inhale. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend. With the hand or a strap, grab the shin, the ankle, or the top of that left foot. As you draw it back behind you, keep the hips stacked as best you can. You're pressing the foot into the hand into the foot for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Restack, release. And then we float it, the leg goes straight, and now you're just going to swing the leg. Big swing with the leg. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then we stack everything, and then we roll it onto the back body. And here again, very mindfully, you're going to align the spine correctly. The back of the neck is long. Let's take the feet and the legs, mat width apart. Arms could be in T position. And you're going to windshield wiper those knees side to side. Oh, for 4. This should feel good. 3, 2, 1. When the knees drop to the right, leave them there. Maybe the head and the neck look to the left. We're in a supine twist here. The knees might want to drop onto a block or maybe a cushion in the block. And we'll stay in the supine twist here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Face comes back to sky. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Recalibrating. Next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. And the head and the neck look to the right. If it bothers your neck to look to the side, you can always skip it. So now we're in a supine twist for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Face goes back to looking at sky. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. Recalibrate. Very nice work. Very nice indeed. Oh, goodness. All right. So now the knees are bent. The feet and legs are in parallel. And you're going to get your feet, your heels as close to the bum as possible. If you want to add weight here, it's an option to add weight in the hip crease. We'll do a series of pelvic tilts on the mat first, stay on the mat, and then we'll lift up into bridge. So tilt the pelvic bowl forward like you're spilling water out of the pelvic bowl. Exhale, rock it back as you squeeze the pelvis, the pelvic floor, the quads, and the butt. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale, rock back and squeeze it. Inhale, tilt it forward. Exhale, back and squeeze. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time we tilt forward, inhale, press into the feet, Lift up, do not look side to side, lift the hips up to sky. Tuck the chin in the center of the chest and roll the spine down vertebra by vertebra, nice and slow. The minute the pelvic bowl hits the earth, tilt it forward, inhale. Exhale, lift and squeeze, lift it up, woof. Roll it down, triple slow time, try not to let the thighs splay out. The thighs are like railroad tracks. Exhale, inhale forward. Exhale, lift and squeeze. This time we're going to stay up. And maybe you want to stay on your tippy toes for this, but maybe you don't. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Squeeze right butt cheek, squeeze left, right and left. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Tap the knees together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift up, whee, all the way up, and then roll it all the way down. Yay. Lose any weights if you were using the weights. Draw the knees slowly back into the chest, very mindfully, because that's the counter stretch to that baby back bend we just performed in bridge pose. Oh, rocking side to side, or maybe circling on the sacrum, which is that bony part of the back. You're right down by the bum. And then if you're circling, be sure you circle in both directions. Very gently. Keep circling, keep rocking. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and elevate the legs, shake the arms and the legs. Inverting blood flow, helping lymph to move throughout the body. And then bringing that to stillness. Let's flex the ankles and the wrists, and then point the hands and the feet, flexing and pointing. Breathing for 4, 3, spread the fingers wide, 2, last 1, nice, and then circle, wrists and ankles, you might hear popping, circle in both directions, very nice. And then arms can come down to T position. Glue the insides of the legs and the feet together. You're going to drop the legs off to the left, but you're not going to let them land. So you're going to figure out where that tipping point is. Left, squeeze it back to center, tilting right, squeeze back to center. So you're moving side to side. Oof. Gently rocking for 4, 3, 2, last 1, nice. And then coming back to center, shaking everything out. Let's grab a strap. If you don't have a strap, grab behind your thighs. The legs stay straight. I'm using a strap to loop around the balls of my feet. I've evened out the ends of the strap, and the legs are going to go wide as you rock side to side. Rocking gently here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center. Legs come together. Strap goes bye-bye. Rocking, taking the knees into the chest one more time. And let's kick ourselves in the butt for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then on the feet and the legs, arms come down into Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose. Arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees. Maybe you want to roll something under the knees to protect the low back. Maybe add a sweatshirt and socks. Maybe add a blanket if you're chilly. If flat on the back doesn't work, return to feet mat width apart, knees knocked together in the center like a tent, restorative rest. If flat on the back is unacceptable, you can roll on one side, just return to where we just were, stack hips and legs. Rest the head on the upper arm, or maybe a block, or a cushion on a block. If you have an available wall, you put legs up the wall. Or you could sit in a chair, feet flat, crown of head floating up to sky. Long spine, face and jaw relaxing. And once you've organized your best version of Shavasana, allowing the eyes to drop closed, or maybe just a soft gaze. You don't want to close your eyes. And then noticing a soft relaxation, a warmth developing in the soles of the feet. And that warmth moves into the feet themselves, the ankles. It moves into the low legs. And then it proceeds to the knees, permeating the complex structure of the knees. From there, it moves into the thighs, legs and feet becoming very heavy. And then it moves into the hips and pelvis. The low back releases, the buttocks release. And from the belly, it moves into the waist and torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, spleen, colon, all the vital organs deeply relaxed. And from there, it moves into the chest and shoulders, rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips. And then it moves into throat and neck. And then it proceeds into the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together now. The whole body together. The whole body together. And here's something from the Pocket Pema Chodron. Obstacles can become our teachers. On the night on which he was to attain enlightenment, the Buddha sat under a tree. While he was there, he was attacked by the forces of Mara, the Lord of Destruction. The story goes that they shot swords and arrows at him, and that their weapons turned into flowers. What does this story mean? My understanding of it is that what we habitually regard as obstacles are not really our enemies, but rather our friends. What we call obstacles are really the way the world and our entire experience teach us where we're stuck. What may appear to be an arrow or a sword, we can actually experience as a flower. Whether we experience what happens to us as an obstacle and enemy, or as a teacher and friend, depends entirely on our perception of reality. It depends on our relationship with ourselves. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan. All right, I'm trying to stop the recording and it's not cooperating. Okay, let me check out the, great. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. And also for our lifestyle challenge, which I think is still continuing, the thought for the today, and this is, I've gotten it from a list of suggestions for vibrant living. And the thought for today is nurture positive relationships. Very important. You keep socially engaged. Don't let yourself get isolated. All right. So if you've got questions, let me know. I'm going to try to continue to stop this recording. However, here we go, record. There we go. Finally. Wow.